And now we are going to return to the end of this lightning round now with District 1, okay, District 1. And we have 3 candidates for District 1 here today, and I'm going to call their names. As I call their names, they're going to go on stage. We have Brian Contreras, okay, we have Scott Davis, and we have Juan Sandoval, okay, and the 4th candidate for District 1, Jose Castaneda, is not here tonight, okay, so I think I have it figured out now with how the drawing works, okay? So we have 3 names in the little can over here, and whoever's name you draw is going to go first, and whoever draws second, that person's going to go second.
Just a reminder for our radio audience, you're listening to the Salinas City Council Mayoral Candidates Forum on Power Talk FM 101.1, which is K266BD Carmel Valley, and KOCNHD2 Pacific Grove. Back to you, Amy.
Thank you. So what name do we have here?
Actually, I pulled out my own name.
You pulled out your own name, okay. What's the next one that you pulled out? Okay, so it's Juan, Brian, and then Scott. Okay, excellent. So we're gonna start now, all right? So going back to our reporter panel over here with the first question. Now we have Adriana Frederick Sutton. Oh, sorry, we have an opening statement, okay. So I keep saying lightning. I feel like every time I say lightning, I'm like that. All right, I'm going to stop saying lightning for the rest of the round and everything. So as we go with the rules again, it's a 2-minute opening statement for all the candidates. Okay, then an answer. Please be cognizant of the 1-minute answer, please, so that the timekeeper does not have to stand up and cut anybody off. Okay, thank you.
Hello and good evening. Thank you for coming. My name is Juan Sandoval. I'm not considered a politician. I'm considered a concerned citizen from my area. My concerns right now are the safety of our neighbors, my family, and their family. We work hard for what we have. We work hard to put food on our kids' table, and it's unfortunate that we have murders and crimes happening right in front of our doorstep. My goal as a city council member would be to get some money from the Measure G fund, $25,000 to $40,000, to put cameras in citizens' homes, so we could get some evidence to put some of these criminals away that are getting away with it and doing it over and over. And it's affecting you, me, and everybody, because those people have families, their brothers, sisters, and we care about them, and I don't want to see anybody go through this again. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Contreras. I'm a resident of Salinas for almost 40 years, most of that living in the east side, Districts 1 and 2. I have 6 grown children, 1 young child out of the 6. Married, my wife sitting back here, 2 stepchildren. I'm the only candidate right now that has been actively engaged in our community. I've sat on a number of boards and directors. I've sat on the Library Commission, City Parks Commission, now currently sit on the County Parks Commission. I've chaired a number of different subcommittees with the United Way, and I have been out there. I've lived there, I've walked there, I've worked with the City Parks Department, I've worked with everybody to try to make a difference in this community. This is my community. I'm doing this because of my children. We're going in the wrong direction. We've been going in the wrong direction for a long time. I'm tired of the homicides doubling, I'm tired of the shootings doubling, and there needs somebody on that council that understands the complex issues that is behind gang violence. I'm the only one up here that can do that. I've been working it for 30 years. I've developed successful strategies that have impacted it and reduced violence, and I can continue to do so. We just need to get this city in the right direction. I'm also the only candidate up here right now that just received a full and only endorsement from our retiring chief of police, Kelly McMillan, and has currently 3 sitting city council members supporting him, in addition to a number of unions, labor, residents, and law enforcement. And that's why I'm here, and I want to make a change to this community. Thank you.
$482. That's the number of cities in the state of California. We are the 35th largest city in the state. 45 minutes north is the 3rd largest city, San Jose. San Jose has a population of about 1 million people. Salinas are about 165,000. We are no longer a small city. We are a big city with problems bigger than the 3rd largest city in the state of California. Salinas had 40 homicides last year and San Jose had 30. I was born and raised in Salinas. My family immigrated here in the 40s, settled in the Al South. My mom immigrated from Japan. At the age of 15, my first summer job was working in our agriculture fields. That taught me two things. Number one, I learned that it was a backbreaking job with low wages. And number two, I had gained the utmost respect for our field laborers. I went to Salinas schools and graduated from Hartnell College. I possess a bachelor's degree in business administration. I'm working on my master's degree. I own my own business. I'm a deputy sheriff, currently assigned as a field training officer and crime scene investigator. I worked at the probation department, and I've served at the deputy sheriff's union board for 6 years. The last 2 as their president. I understand government finance. I understand contract negotiations, labor management issues. I understand law enforcement and the law. But most importantly, I understand that our youth is our future, and we need to invest heavily in prevention and education. My experience in education, coupled with my morals, integrity, and ethics, makes me the candidate for District 1. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We will start with the round of questions. Okay, the first question we're going to go with.
For the three of you. The city has been hit with 32 homicides to date. Do you feel confident in the city's strategy to address gang violence with prevention, intervention, enforcement, and reentry? And also, very briefly, what is your perspective about the sanctuary cities and immigration rates? Thank you.
Well, first of all, just to begin with, that's why I'm here, because I feel those 32 homicides are a big problem, especially none of them being solved. I think the priority that I have is to get cameras out in people's homes to protect their property and their neighbors, to get some of these criminals put away, because as long as they're free, it's going to keep on happening. And it's not only up to the police, to the community. It's hard to be a witness when you're afraid for your life. We need to put some evidence out there that's not going to jeopardize the person themselves. So I think cameras, once again, are going to solve these issues, not solve them, but eliminate and deter as well, and bring these numbers down. So hopefully we won't have these record high homicides every year after year.
Okay, back in June or so, I went in front of City Council and I presented a chart. The chart was one of the strategies that we're underfunding and be able to address the violence. And I told them at that time, and I believe we only had 11 homicides, that if we didn't start investing in violence interrupters and street outreach program and start doing it in equitably fashion, that we were going to see homicides by the end of the year at 36. Right now we're 4 away. I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about. Right now, when we look at the equity and the investment into the violence prevention effort, it's like a 4-legged table. You have 51% of the homicide strictly in enforcement. You have 4% for prevention, 12% matching. That's what we have. Well, by the way, we're almost 60,000 people. 31% of our population is underneath the age of 18, but yet only 4% is in for recreational parks programs. We need to invest equitably. We need to invest in the kids. We need to stop the violence now. And if we don't invest in some of the poverty-related issues and start working with the kids now, doing it the right way, in the community in partnership with the city, not the city leading it, then we're going to continue losing like we're losing right now. Thank you.
We've been doing the same thing the same way, and we expect different results. 30 years. Some people in the community, 30 years, and they ask, Mr. Contreras here, 30 years has been working with the Second Chance program, yet we have more gang crime, we have more gang involvement, we have more gangs in Salinas than we've ever had. 40 homicides last year, 32 this year. If I'm a betting man, I bet my paycheck that we'll hit 40 or more this year again. The city hasn't addressed the gang problem. We need to start investing in our future. We need to start investing in our youth. It starts before the 4th grade. Statistics have shown that if you can get prevention and education in our schools before the 4th grade, we're going to make a big impact. Maybe not here, maybe not this year, but down the road, because those are our future. Problem with the Salinas Police Department is grossly understaffed, but the city doesn't like to work with outside agencies. We used to have a gang task force, and that went away. There was not really a talk of bringing it back. We need to start working in collaboration with the county, not just to address the crime, but address the homeless issue as well.
Well, first off, 30 years of investing in successful strategies that have been proven successful, have been recognized by that. And in fact, when we looked at it, the only problem we had was the funding. The funding was cyclical. Most of it was grant related. So every 2 years, you would see we'd start to make an impact in the violence and the crime and the homicides. Then the funding would run out, and then all of a sudden, boom, it spiked back up again. It's been tracked, it's been strategized. As far as partnerships with the Salinas Police Department, I know for a fact that they partnered up with almost every federal agency, BNA and everybody else, and in fact had a local law enforcement agency group out by the airport district. That was until the states and the feds decided to pull everybody out. They are on the right track, they just need to do it equitably and invest properly. I do agree that we do need to invest in youth, and we need to address the poverty-related issues. And in this sense, when we start addressing at a younger age, then yeah, it's third grade that we have to look at it, not fourth grade. Third grade on a national level, we start looking at the literacy rates. You can tell by the third grade if what their literacy level is, if they don't have it at a certain standard. By the time they're 18, they're projected to be in the prison system. It's third grade. We need to look at the investment earlier. We need to look at the investments properly. We need to address it now.
All right, we have the second question here for Michelle.
What would you do to promote more healthy and active spaces in the east side, such as farmers markets, expanded library hours, recreational centers, and so forth?
Well, definitely expanded library hours. I know all the youth in my neighborhood like to go out there, and it's unfortunate it's a little walking distance, but definitely get some more open areas. Of course, that's a key in such a crowded neighborhood or we're high density areas where we're from. But definitely having some of those resources available, maybe a mobile library as well, some youth program activities that are free through the city, just as the Salinas School District is doing. They're providing all these free sport activities, soccer, volleyball, and it should be also a citywide, something provided citywide where kids can play any activity they like as football. It's very expensive just to get the equipment, so something needs to be done where they can be a participant as well in these sports and feel involved and feel that somebody cares about them.
Take a number, please. Yeah, we need to really invest more in open spaces. I mean, we have some areas that I would love to see the city purchase. There are buildings that are slated to be demolished, and they would be great pocket parks. Look at Natividad Creek Park. It is the jewel of East Salinas. Unfortunately, it's treated like it's almost, you know what it reminds me of Central Park in the 80s. You know, it's crime and it's got a lot of stuff going on. We need to invest more into it. There's areas that I see where they're starting to, the people are selling their homes and they're starting to build more condominiums. Quad in a 90 by 120 foot area. We already have density issues. We need to address this and we need to invest in it properly. And I think that primarily, you know, District 1 has been underrepresented. Currently right now, District 1 leadership is not there. He's not championing for us. And we need to get somebody out there that can do it. We need to get somebody that can understand capital improvement projects, where the investments need to come in. And we need to get somebody that can lead that. And I'm the person that can do that. Thank you.
So one of the great things about running for an office is getting out there and talking to the people that your decisions will affect directly. So I had the opportunity to go to AlSal High School and speak with the students there. And I engaged them and asked them what they wanted. And they brought up the idea of a rec center on the east side of Salinas. And I thought for a second, they wanted one that was within walking distance. So that after school, when they were walking home, they wouldn't get accosted by gang members asking them what they claimed. They would be able to go there and play basketball and be safe until their parents could pick them up, because both of their parents work in the fields. So I thought, where is there a rec center on the east side of Salinas? There isn't one. So that's something that I'm going to focus on, is putting a rec center within walking distance of the AlSal High School, with the middle schools and the elementary schools, so the students there can walk. You know, it's getting bad as things when I'm walking through the east side, someone asked me what I claimed. And I was like, you know, I don't exactly think I fit the bill of a gang member, but it's getting pretty bad. The young gangsters that are out there on the streets are getting more aggressive, and we need to take control of the situation before it gets much worse.
Okay, we have a third final question for the district. Mark?
All right, the city has just put into place an ordinance that prohibits camping, loitering, urinating, and defecating in public spaces. Now, some say this is one of the ways the city is trying to tackle the homeless problem. What is your plan or solution to homelessness in Salinas?
Well, I don't think there's only an issue affecting the problem, it's also a thing of that area where people are trying to protest with an intent. One of my solutions will be to see what the city's already doing. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. It looks like they're doing some positive steps moving forward on these restrooms in Chinatown, providing some services where it seems like it's a transitional center where they'll determine if they have mental illness or if they need a lower income housing, or if they're just because they want to be there. So I think they're going in the right direction. I just want to support it, and if I see some areas that I might get some input from the community members that might need some help or some more support in certain areas, then do that. But right now, I would like to see what's going on and go forward with that. We don't want to waste more money and try to reinvent it again and see if this works or not, and then we could move forward from there.
Wow, homeless, crime, juvenile violence, you know, it's a tough issue. This is a poverty issue. So what can we do right now to address the homeless issue? Do I agree 100% with the city policies? Not 100%. I think, but then I'm just going to be an armchair quarterback when I say this. I think we should have done things a little bit differently. We should have looked at what was going on in Chinatown and provided some humane strategies to be able to transition them away from their proper places. But I understand there was some issues going on with hygiene and just the way it was. Look, like I said, this is a poverty here. We can't do this alone. There are 4 current supervisors who represent parts of Salinas. What the problem that I'm seeing that we're having is there's no investment from the county at this point. You have a $120 million Monterey County Health Department operating budget. Where are the health workers coming out? I know people there that want to work to the streets. They want to go out there and they want to help. But why aren't they being led? We need to invest, but we need to invest it from not just the city, but from the county. And we need to invest it from us as well, the community.
We keep trying to do things on our own. And with the recession, we've learned that we need to start working together in collaboration with both the county and the state. That's the problem. Anybody know about the program called Lead Me Home? In 2011, the county created a program called Lead Me Home. It's supposed to be a comprehensive program that was supposed to address the homeless issue in the county to include the cities. But $2.3 million later, nobody knows where that money went, nobody knows where the services went, nobody knows where the housing went. There's supposed to be a committee somewhere that's addressing it. I keep hearing stuff about the city and the city and the city, but the city isn't responsible for the homeless issue. It's responsible for housing every homeless person in the city. The county has to step up. The county needs to be forced to put its money where its mouth is and start getting the money to the states and getting the services to the homeless population. 47% of the homeless population in the city limits are homeless because they just don't have a job. But the other issues that we have with homelessness are mental health issues and drug abuse. When you can address the issues that create homelessness, then you can solve the problem of homelessness, and that's what I want to do.
This brings us to the end of this round and this district. Would the candidates return to their seats, please? Thank you.